How about Flash Phil? Right?
Oh my God, what are you doing? This is Oz the Slay, who hates all artificial intelligence.
No, for something like this, you can see it, right? You can see.
Right. That's right. You'll know whether or not it worked. We're 2 minutes in, and Dearman hasn't scored a point yet.
Oh, Lord, did he fall asleep?
Oh, look at this. He's using a named
range.
Structure is basically going to be the foundation for all of the answers he's making. He's not just trying to solve this for just infantry, which is what level 3 is going to be. He's trying to solve this for everything, and this should theoretically sort of launch him to 1,000 points and get him all the answers right to the end of level 6 if he gets this right.
And we have a champion.
And that's right.
And we're done.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Can anyone get a score? Trying to figure out probably which one of those might have an early winner, because again, we're trying to find the throw.
Oh, Morgan's got it. Morgan Carr. Morgan Carr is the Excel czar. Morgan Carr, a superstar.
Oh, love it.
He comes to cell number 30 in the movement number 8. Then next time he goes back 3 cells and probably goes forward 2 cells or something like that. What's going to happen next? If she has received one answer correctly, if she's able to get all the numbers done, and the first one is correct actually, she's copying the formulas. If she's able to do that the right way, she's going to be getting 1,000 points straight away, and there's going to be a clear win there. That's quite a lot. Oh my God, how about the score?
So Gabrielle has taken the lead in this match. She's clearly fixed up one of her formulae. We can see that she's managed to solve quite a lot of problems now. So now the pressure is on Anup in the last minute to see if he can catch up those last few questions he needs to get back ahead and retake the lead.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Wow. That was an amazing match. Oh my gosh.
It looks as though Joseph's actually pulled ahead over Diarmid at 550, finished off top 4.
Oh no!
Yeah, and Michael Jarman as well, finishing off as well there. So Joseph sitting with a sizable lead here, unless Diarmid can pull it back. Let's go ahead and pull it on over to Joseph real quick and see where he's working right now. With a minute 40 to spare. Probably feeling fairly comfortable in this lead right now, but still working.
But he had them eggshells and flour everywhere and butter on the floor, but that pie is coming together.
And he does have a little table. See that little table of 1s and -1s? But
yeah, it's a little difference table there, starting at row 14. You're right.
Right. Yeah. So
He's just done something good. Oh my God, he scored both of them.
Okay, so he's got it
gosh. And now he's on to the bonus question, right?
Now he's on to the bonus. Now he's got
the data table right there. There's the data table.
And the data table is exactly the way to do it. If you've got the way to reorder it.
293. Does that sound right?
293 in. Yeah, and now he's going to get his answers.
There, 293.
And you can see his score's gone up. 293 is correct.
Wow.
And in about 30 seconds, he's going to finish the case in 20 minutes.
In less than 20 minutes, actually.
Hello. We are live, it seems. Hello, Jordan. How are you today?
Celia. I'm doing great. I'm feeling it. I'm ready for this competition. I'm here for it. This is going to be a great day. Lots of really smart people tackling some really interesting problems.
Yeah, and this is the Excel Expert Battle at the Global Excel Summit. I hope everyone is enjoying the event. We are finishing the first day. There's 2 more days to go. This battle is organized by the Financial Modeling World Cup. I am Celia Alves, and I am in Toronto. Where are you, Jordan?
I am in Sedona, Arizona. So I'm just kind of on my digital nomad journey, just bonking around. So that's where you find me at this current place and time.
Yeah, so Jordan is an entrepreneur who loves data. His work has taken him worldwide and generated international acclaim. He has written a couple of books. He's the author of Dashboards for Excel, Advanced Excel Essentials, Becoming a Data Head, and Data Smart. He has received the Microsoft Most Valuable Professional Award for 10 years, and he has served as a volunteer emergency medical technician in New York and is an adjunct instructor at Wake Forest University. And as he mentioned, he's currently traveling the world as digital nomad. How fun is that?
I mean, most days it's fun. Sometimes it's stressful, you know.
Yeah, it's part of the adventure, I would say.
For sure. And yeah, and thanks so much for that introduction. So I'd love to introduce Celia. Celia is an Excel business solutions developer, and she's a certified Microsoft Excel expert. She loves to design, build solutions, combining Excel VBA Power Query and Power Pivot to automate tasks, analyze data, and improve and model business processes. I've also known Celia through the community. I've seen her work, top notch, very, very smart. And her background is in mathematics and education. She has 20 years experience as a high school math teacher. She's combined her passion for teaching with her experience as an Excel consultant to offer tutorials on YouTube, through training programs to help professionals automate recurring tasks in Excel. She's also a speaker and founder of the Microsoft, or I should say MS Excel Toronto Meetup group, which I see a lot of activity from. So it's a really cool group. So you should all check that out. And she has been awarded the MVP from Microsoft since 2020 and every year after that. Honestly, I thought you were an MVP for longer because I've just seen your stuff for so long. So
I'm a newbie. Yeah, thank you, Jordan, for the introduction. It's great to be here. Very excited about this competition. It's the first one I'm co-hosting. I think it's the first one for you as well, right?
Yep, same here.
Yeah, very exciting. And we have 4 spectacular competitors today. None of them is a beginner in this kind of competitions. All of them have participated before. Can we introduce the competitors, I would say? I think we can. There they are on our screen. So we have Jason from South Africa. He participated live before in the regular competition in 2022, and he finished number 29. We have Jeremie from France. He completed the case in the Excel Export Battle for 2023. He finished number 8. We have Thanasis from Greece, was finalist at university competition last December 2022 at Tucson, Arizona. And finally, we have Steve from Australia. He participated in the regular competition in January, so very recently as well, finished number 6. And besides these 4 competitors that we have live now, we also have other 64 participants that were solving the case just before we started this live session. So we have 68 competitors in total, and it's a lot of competition here. The case is interesting, and we will see how everyone goes. Good luck, everyone.
And you know, I want to say that because people will have asked me, hey Jordan, do you participate? Do you do well in these competitions? Because you know I'm an MVP, and my answer is no. So we really have the best people who know how to do these things, and also that this is very much, you know, Excel Global Summit. This is very much a global competition, right? And we have people from all around the world here. Our contestants have come from across the globe, I should say.
I guess we can give the opportunity to each one of the competitors to talk a little bit about themselves, say hello, introduce themselves. Jeremie, do you want to go and be the first one?
With pleasure. With pleasure. So I'm Jeremy. I'm 26. I'm from France, as you said. So yeah, this is my second case like that I'm solving for FMWC, and I'm pretty excited about it. Honestly, a bit scary though with the competition we had, but that's gonna be fun.
It is fun for sure. That's what is this is all about. Fun first, I would say. Thanasis, do you want to go next?
Hello, I'm Thanasis. I'm from Greece. Thank you for the invitation. I hope we'll have a very nice match tonight.
Yeah, it will be great. And Steve.
I'm Steve from Australia, and I've started competing since last year, and enjoy the challenge of these competitions.
Yeah, great. And Jason?
Thanks, Celia. Jason Webber here from South Africa. I've been participating in the FMWC since the FMWC started back in 2020, I think it was. When they started the XL Esports competitions last year, sort of tried my hand in it, and enjoying it ever since. So looking forward to another competition this evening.
Yes, thank you. Thank you everyone for introducing yourselves. So we have a competition here, like I explained, with 64 participants, and the prize will be 10 tickets for the next actual Financial Modeling World Cup competition, because this one is kind of a smaller competition exclusive for the Global Excel Summit event. Are we on time to start the presentation of the case?
Not be dealing with social media content here. Instead, we will revise the old mechanical slot machines. You are creating an online game, similar to slot machines. However, you don't want to use it for gambling, so the game is free, and instead of money the players will be awarded points. The game will use a total of 5 reel strips with 19 sectors each. There are a total of 8 different symbols, 1 symbol at each sector. The game starts with all the 5 reels standing on the starting sector. For each turn, you will be given the number of sectors that each reel rolls. Your goal in the game is to calculate the number of points scored by the player in each game. The scoring rules are specific to this case and don't have too many things in common with real slots. Each item gives a player base points from 10 to 100. If a player rolls 5 different symbols on each of the 5 reels, then the total score for the turn is just the sum of these points. However, if there are duplicates, then their points will multiply with each other. For example, if you roll 3 bells and 2 cherries, the total point result will be 27,100 points. If you end up with all the 5 reels showing diamonds, you will score a total of 10 billion points. Good luck!
Well, awesome. So you all just saw the case, and we were able to preview the case beforehand. I was going through it myself, and I thought, boy, this is a tough one. With all the different reels and sectors. And so, Celia, what did you think? What did you think about the case?
I think that I would not be able to participate. The case it's a lot of fun. It's very interesting. Yeah. I had a lot of fun solving it, but definitely not in the time available for competitors to solve it. So kudos to all of them, and good luck to all of them.
Definitely. And so did you think about, as you were going through it, did you see how you might be able to solve it? Like, I saw some formulas in my head on how I might be able to do it, but really I was afraid to get started and have that take up my whole day, because it would definitely take longer than that.
Yeah, it took me quite a while, and at some point I was kind of doing that task in the middle of other things that I had to do during the day, and it was tough. And the functions, I started with a couple of them in mind, but ended up switching to something else. I'm curious to see what the competitors come up with.
When you were looking through the file, what skills do you think you would bring to the table to try to solve it?
The first thing important here is to really understand the question, and that's where pressure for from the short time available is a factor here. It's not a simple case. It's a complex. There's a number of steps. Even on the first level, there's a number of steps that need to be taken, and then it goes more difficult and more difficult to the other levels. So yeah, there's a lot to bring in mind, how to organize the calculations, how and these are already experimented competitors. I think they will have their own strategies.
Okay, and then and I think that's a really great way to think about it. You know, I'm just thinking to myself, you know, in terms of the competitors, what would I solve first? What should I do? So let's go ahead. Let's bring on the competitors here, see if they have any questions before we get the case started. All right, I see no questions, so I think we are ready. Are you guys ready? Give me like a nod if you're ready. Give me an excited nod, a thumbs up. Okay, so I can feel the excitement. All right, we're gonna get started here in 3, 2, 1, go! All right, off to the races. All right, I can see we're starting really quickly all across the board. So let's see what's going on. All right, let's go ahead. Are we able to focus on Jeremie's? See what he's doing. I think he's doing something really interesting here. I see he's starting to take a look at the symbols and give them maybe IDs.
Yeah, I guess the first thing he did was he copied the case to another sheet. So that's what I was talking about.
I like that.
Because we have the case, all the levels, one below the other, and because you need to keep your reasoning from one level to the next one, and sometimes go back and take advantage of what you already calculated before.
Absolutely.
Each person needs to have their own strategy for what works best for them to be able to work fast.
Awesome. Well, let's switch over. Let's see here. Let's switch over to Jason. See what he's up to.
Research. Oh, I was looking at the function. It's because Jeremie is using Excel in French. I was wondering what function is that one? Is recherche, right? So it's VLOOKUP.
He did say, oh, that's very interesting. He did say that the functions might be different. All right, so let's see what's up. What's going on with Jason? So Jason has already scored. Yep, so he's already scored some points here. So it looks like Jeremie is just taking the lead, but let's see what he's doing, what he's looking at right now. Looks like he's trying to attack level 1 using the mod function here.
Yeah, so Jason scored 50 points because he already solved one of the bonus questions. We have 3 bonus questions available besides the case itself. And for each bonus question, only 2 competitors, the 2 first ones to solve it correctly, can grab those points. So I guess Jason used that strategy of, let me just grab these extra points and maybe they will be useful for later.
I think that's a great strategy. And, you know, it's not just being smart on how to solve the problem. This is a real competition, right? You have to think about what's your endurance, what do you have to do first. So I think that that's a really interesting strategy and a good way to go if you think you can solve those problems.
Can we see one of the baby Thanasis screen?
All right, and let's see what's going on here. Oh, he's using XLOOKUP. Looks like starting sector. Okay, I see. So like he's given some IDs here. And he's just trying to create what looks like a list to understand the point structure, something to that effect.
Yeah, this first. Go ahead.
Oh no, I think that, you know, it's really interesting. All the competitors are kind of looking at. Well, there was either you went for the bonus question or you're kind of setting up the problem to answer the bigger question. So I'm just kind of taking in the different interesting strategies that they have going on. Here you can see he's kind of dealing with the fact that the real stripes have spaces in them, You know,
Yeah.
so one of the things you have to keep in mind, one of those rookie mistakes that I would make if I was doing this and not realize I did it, you know?
Yeah, so we have spaces in between those columns with the symbols. And if you create a function, a formula based on the first one, and then you want to drag it to the right, you will have to deal with those empty spaces. So one of the things that you can do is even just remove those columns, the empty columns. That could be something. That's what I did. I think it's not against the rules.
I think that's a great strategy. I think I did kind of what he's doing here. Just kind of went through it and just was updating as I was going along because I was pretending I was in the competition, like I didn't have enough time to really get it right.
So let's. Have you seen everyone's monitors?
I don't think so yet. I think we still have to see Steve.
Yes.
Let's see what he's up to. He's just scored 18 points, so let's see what's going on with him.
And he's on
Looks like-
level 2. But level 1 is supposed to be 60 points. So maybe something is not totally right on his first level. I wonder if that's a mistake or something just incomplete.
Could be. It seems like he's taking the strategy, you know, I did it, I finished it, I got my points, time to move on for the next question. Because if you think about it, it's just the easy question. So maybe if you don't get it right, you save your energy and your brain space for later for the harder question. So I think this is a very interesting strategy if that's what he's doing.
Yeah, the problem is if he's basing his work on the levels ahead on the previous work. Yeah, he's going back to level 1. I think he's tackling both levels at the same time.
Wow, well now that's a champion move. And I don't know if you're looking at the side of the screen here. You can see I just want you to take a look and see how many keyboard buttons he's hitting at this moment right now. I mean, it's a lot of control, it's a lot of shift. So he definitely knows his way around a keyboard.
That's not my thing. I'm a mouse person.
I'm a mouse person too. So I think what we should do is we should take a big look. Let's see how everyone is doing right now. We've gone through, we did a little round robin, seeing how everyone, so let's take a look at the bigger screen and just see what everyone is working on. Because I see that Jeremie and Jason right now in these early stages of the competition are neck and neck, right? So they both have 110. So let's see what everyone is working on.
So we have Jeremie ahead with 110 and Jason both tied there. And then 60 and 18 points. Okay, so 110 is level 1 is 60 points, level 2 is 160 points. So if they had completed both levels, they would have 220 points, but at least one of them has 50 points from one of the bonus questions.
That's right. And, you know, I think as we just take a look at everyone's screen here, what's really interesting, right, is you can just see everyone's thought process. So we see that Steve, he's really using the keyboard, going tab, tab, tab. Jason was really using the keyboard, but it seems like Jeremie and Thanasis, they're taking a small break, trying to think through the problem. What are they working on right now? We can see Jason is just looking through it. So, you know, one of the keys to doing this is you go hard on the keyboard, you take a break, and you think about the problem. And we can see that they're doing that right now. So Jason just took the lead at 270. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what he's doing.
First bonus question. Yeah, first bonus question, 50 points. Jason and Jeremie got it. So those 50 points are out of reach for the other two competitors. And 270 points, it sounds like level 2 is complete at 220 points plus 50 for the bonus. That makes the 270 points. So life is going, it seems to be going well for Jason.
I mean, he's definitely taking the early lead, but anything can happen. You know, there's still a lot of time left, and this is this is financial modeling we're talking about. So, you know, this is nothing is set in stone yet. The points get harder, the points get more, but the problems get harder. So definitely anyone's game still. So let's see here. Thanasis has actually just taken second place at 220. Let's go take a look at him. I think we should go see what he is up to. Let's see if we can figure out how he got those points. And
I'm
while we're
setting
doing
the
that,
timer here. We have
Yep.
about 20 minutes, right?
Yes.
And here we have Jeremie using the mod function. Definitely something essential here because we have numbers, the number of switches in between each row of the reel can go up to 100, 200, but we only have 19 symbols. So using the mod function, I think it will be something mandatory for everyone to be able to find which symbol the reel falls into after a number of rows.
Definitely. And I think, what Celia is saying is that, if we imagine like a slot machine, right, and you have the tape on it of the symbols, right, after a certain amount of symbols, you have to start it over. So how do you keep running that? And the mod function is something that you could use if you knew that you had 19 symbols, let's say. You could use that to keep putting in numbers and pretend like it's still spinning. So the mod function, I don't know if you out there, the folks who are watching this, have noticed that many of the competitors so far have used the mod function. So that's kind of one of the ways to solve this problem. Now, I think I see that Jason Webber just took the lead at 470, or I should say increased the lead. And then just as a review, we still have Jeremie at 254, Thanasis at 220. Let's switch over to Steve Schulz at 18 and see what he is working on. Still anyone's game, but the timer is running.
Yeah, so it seems that Jason completed successfully the 3 levels. That would be 420 points plus the 50 bonus points. That's 470. And Jeremie with 254, 50 for the bonus question. And so there's something going on there with the second level, maybe, I would say. So here we have Steve on the screen. And he's taking his time.
Yes, he's taking his time. We still have some time left, but I would say, we are less than 20 minutes left. So I feel, just me personally, I feel the pressure's just on a little bit as I'm watching this. If you were in his position, what do you think you would do, Celia?
Oh, I would start probably freezing. My mind freezes. It's the difficult thing for me in this type of situation, I would say, is really dealing with the stress, to be able to understand. It's not a simple case to understand, especially if you have not seen it before. So it takes time. It took me all the 30 minutes probably just to grasp the first level, I must confess. So very difficult.
Definitely. And like I said, I don't even want to overstate my skills on this. I think that what would I do if I was in this position? I think I'd pray. I mean, I think that's where we'd be at. But it looks like Steve just got some points at 198. So look, he's at 198. Thanasis, actually, who was in third place, has just taken second place at 300. I think he's the last person we haven't checked on this round robin. So let's go ahead and jump to his screen and see what's going on. I see his face. He is intense. He's looking at it. He's got the champion financial modeler face going. It seems like he's coming after it. So let's see here. Where is he? He's done level 1. It looks like he's on level 2.
And he cleared the 2. Oh yeah. No. Sorry, I was looking at the levels and thought it was the bonus. 2 levels completed.
Yep. So he's halfway into level 3. So this puts him at 300 points. Still anyone's game. So, as we look at the spread, Steve is coming up. Jeremie is just a little bit ahead, and Thanasis just a little bit ahead. I've watched Thanasis and Jeremie switch in the last few minutes. Steve's on his way. This is still anyone's game. So, maybe what do you think? Let's take a look at the big picture view and see where everyone's at. And while he's doing that, or while they're doing that, so how many as you might recall, how many points are in level 3?
So level 3, 200 points, and completing the 3 levels correctly gives them 420 points.
Gotcha. Okay. So definitely a big one here. And then there are 5 levels, right? So what are level 4 and 5?
Level 4, 220 points. All completed correctly will sum up to 640 points. And then
Nice.
level 5, 360 points, and the 5 levels completed successfully will give the participants 1,000 points. So that's the goal, to reach the 1,000
Awesome.
points. And then we have the
Awesome.
bonus questions, 50 points for the first one, 80 points for the second, 120 points for the third, in a total of 250 points. So the maximum points a competitor can get is 1,250 points.
Wow. And so if you're just watching this out there, you can go look at the points. You can do that math in your head, right? We see Jason is more than halfway, has covered more than half of those points. So he is our point leader. And then trailing behind with about half is Thanasis at 300. Steve Schultz near that 300 at 278. Jeremie on at 254. Now, I want to point out that Steve was actually in 4th place just a few minutes ago. He's taken 3rd place. This is still anyone's game. Battling for 2nd place here, but Jason is in the lead. Who do you think we should take a look at here next, Celia?
Let's see, Jeremie. What's going on with Jeremie? 254 points. He completed the first level and 1 bonus question. And so that gives him 110 points. Since he has 254, it means that he has level 2 partially solved, but maybe some errors there. Well, he hasn't put in, he's working on level 2 or 3. I can't really, it seems to. Is it level 2 there?
It looks like it's, I think he's working on level 3 right now. So he has accepted that level 2 is not fully complete. You can see that down below. And also, I think it's just very interesting if you look at his formulas. You see it says C. I think that's the if formula that we saw there in French. And then it was Poisson. I'm not sure what that was, but I thought that was really interesting. So you can see there's the sum here. It's spelled differently than the American version. So Excel is very global, and it's cool that competitors all around the world can use their version on this. But you can see that he's very intent. He's looking now. Look, we since doing this, he has gone to 454 points. So it looks like he's actually taken, or maybe he was in 2nd place as I'm watching this. So we have Thanasis is now in 3rd place, and Steve Schultz is back in 4th place. But Jason is up at 810. Let's go take a look at Jason, because he's been the point leader this whole game. So he really has had a strong showing, a strong, And Jason, I heard he got a bonus question here.
That's correct. So we can see he checked on bonus question number 1, 50 points, and bonus question number 3, 120 points. So that only gives him 170 points right there. And the rest, he completed 4 levels already. 4 levels that would be 640 points if they are all correct. So let's do the math. 640 plus 170. How much is that? 640, 740, and 730. No, 830. He's below that. So maybe something is not. Or maybe my math is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I'm tempted to pull up Excel while you're talking about this and try it, but I got to focus on this. It's like I'm so reliant on it. It does look like, I'm going to trust here that they say that he's cleared all 4 levels, and it looks like he's gotten the bonus here. You can see that he's working furiously. It doesn't look like he's breaking a sweat. He's intent. He's got his focus. So it looks like he's really going to tackle this problem. We have 12 minutes left, so we're not at the 20-minute mark. We're nearing that 10-minute mark. The pressure's got to be on just a little bit. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Steve. Steve's back in 4th place at 278. So this might be the time. Skip a question, put the pressure on, keep going. Let's see what he's working on.
I confirmed the math here. It's 810 points. So it seems that Jason has everything clean up to level 4. So that's fantastic.
So
Yeah.
Jason is moving. Yep.
Go ahead. Yeah, I was just going to say those pesky empty columns. He was taking
I know,
care of
right?
those.
They're the worst. Something so easy to forget them, as you're going through this. And yeah, I think about how I forget them when I'm working on something that takes me a week to do. And here they have the pressure on, they can't make a mistake, right? So every point is important. We're at 810 with Jason. You can see that there. So Steve here's at 278 out of the total point amount of 1,250. So he's going to have to make up some ground if he wants to really catch up with Jason. But not far behind, or not far in front, I should say, is Thanasis. So let's go ahead and switch over, see what he's working on, how many problems he has solved. So it looks like, Steve had solved just a few of 1, 2, 3. He's going to keep going. There's still a lot of points left to grab. Thanasis is here. He has covered 1 and 2 and is halfway. Well, it looks like he's working on level 4 here, but he's halfway through level 3. So this is the time, if you're doing this, maybe you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear how you feel about this, Celia. This is the time to really start thinking about, do I solve this problem or do I move on?
Yeah, if you are in this for winning, you need to come up with some kind of strategy. Otherwise, just enjoy solving the puzzle. That's what I would
That's
do,
right.
probably. Yeah. And another thing very important in these type of problems is cell references and locking the right ranges and the right references. And in my case, I am so used to work with tables all the time. And because of that, I kind of lose that mindset of always remembering to lock cell references. It's something that you don't need as much when you are working with tables. So in this case, very important, tables would not be a good solution in probably some of the steps. So keep in mind where you need to put that $sign.
Definitely. And let's go ahead and take a look at the grand view, see where everyone is at while we're talking about that, see how they're dealing with this very specific problem. And I'm with you, Celia. I've taught people don't use cell references, only use tables. But my stuff is like very slow and methodical. I think that if someone said to me, hey, we need to get this done, like they used to say in corporate, and we needed to get it done yesterday, I was too slow. The competitors here are the people who could really just nail it. So I think that this is kind of a skill, an art form to be able to take these types of problems and to not make things perfect, but rather, as Jason is doing clearly, getting them right. And as our competitors are doing, I just want to point out that Steve, who was in 4th place, has now taken 3rd place. Thanasis has dropped at 300 points to the 4th place. Jeremie is still in 2nd place at 454 points. Jason has been at 810 points for a while, but he is our point leader. We are coming down on the clock to 8 minutes. So what will happen next? Who will take it?
Jason is taking the lead. Another interesting strategy for those cell references can be named ranges, and I've seen some competitors in other competitions here, in other editions, just naming ranges, sometimes with just one letter, just to take advantage of the time. So they just select a range of cells and name it one letter only, and then they use that on their formulas. So very interesting strategy. I'm not sure if any of our competitors today is using it.
It's funny because that's the strategy I would have done, back in if I was that's like a strategy I would have done when I first started coding. I might just give a variable name, like call it D or something like that really quickly. And then quickly you learn to get rid of these skills and call them good names. But again, when time is of the essence, when the clock is running, that there is an art form to this. So I definitely think it's almost like we have to tap into the skills that we used to have that we got rid of when we became better modelers, combined with our modeling skills today. So interesting duality on that one. But let's take a look here, because I think Jeremie is at 674 points now. So let's take a look at Jeremie, because Jeremie could take first place here. Jason's been working on that problem that has stayed at 810 for a while. So looks like Jeremie is working on what appears, I believe, to be the 5th case. I can't say for sure.
Yeah,
so
it seems like it is. Yeah, all those columns.
Definitely. So this is a tough one, but it looks like he has successfully cleared the fourth one. The fourth one was a tough one. I would say the third, all of them are tough, but the fourth one in particular was tough too. So this is really good news for him. If he can just kind of solve these other problems here, he might take the lead. So let's see here. Who else should we take a look at?
It seems that he has a problem with the level 2. We can see on the bottom right corner of the screen. He has a bonus question cleared out as well, the first one, but it seems that level 2, some error there somewhere, didn't give him all of the points. Who do you want to see?
Let's see here. What do you think? I think we should take a look at let's take a look at Steve and see what he's up to, because he recently took third place. Let's see what he's working on. See if he's close to taking second place. Oh, there it is. These guys after this, they're going to be like, I never want to see an empty column again.
Yeah, who created the problem was evil there.
Yeah, right. really puts you on your nerves, I would say. And let's see here, Steve, let's take a look at the levels he's completed. So, his strategy has just been kind of like move forward. I respect it. He finished part of 1, finished part of 2. Looks like he got halfway through 3 and 4th. But he's still working on the 4th problem, which is a hard one.
And how fun is this of working with these emojis or icons, or how do we call it, in Excel? It's not something we don't have these. It has not been a long time since we started having this option in Excel and other Windows applications.
Totally, and I think it's.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh well, I mean, I just think it's funny because I think it's funny because I used Excel like 97. We didn't have this stuff. I just thought it was really cool. VBA was in the background, and now today we don't just have emojis in Excel, but we have a modeling competition where people can actually bring their skills together, and the great competitors of the world can test their skills.
Yeah, Excel is fun. Where did I hear that before?
Yes, right. Excel is fun. It's a great summary. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Thanasis, who's in 4th place here. So he's still got 300 points. Let's take a look. So level 1, level 2 cleared successfully. He's working on level 4. So he said, level 3, I'm going to come back to you. Level 4, I got 3 minutes left. Let's see how many points I can get with this, because as we know, level 4 is a tough one. It's given a lot of the competitors a big challenge here. I think Jason's the only one. I can't remember if he did it fully, but I think he did complete it. Jason is just taking the lead.
Yeah.
Major lead, I should say, at 1,170 points. And remind me again, Celia, how many points is it to take the entire thing?
The entire thing is 1,250. So it seems that he completed 5 levels at 1,000 points. And then he has 170 points for the first and the third bonus questions. So there's only the bonus question number 2 is missing for him. That's what it looks like. Can we switch over to his screen just to confirm? So there you go. We can see on the bottom right corner, he has all the 5 green check marks there. And he has bonus 1 and 3 also checked on. So I wonder what he's doing now. Is it probably bonus question number 2? Is it? It should be, because it seems that everything else is cleared. And it's interesting because Jason, he had finished number 29 in other competitions, whereas other competitors had finished on a higher ranking. Number 8 for Jeremie, finalist for Thanasis, Steve number 6. So it doesn't mean anything how well you did in previous competitions. Jason, if we looked at that only, it could seem that Jason was at a disadvantage, and there you go. Ahead he goes.
It's true. Anything can happen, because that's really how it is when you're one of the top competitors in the world. And so we're running out of time here. So let's go ahead and take the big screen view, see where everyone is at. And if you could remind me, where's Jason from? Is he from?
So Jason is from South Africa, Jeremie from France, and then we have Steve from Australia and Thanasis from Greece.
Awesome. So again, all around the globe, top competitors in the world. We're coming down to a minute. Jason in a major lead at 1,170 points. Jeremie at 674. Steve at 399. Thanasis at 300. It could still be anyone's game for the last 2, 3, and 4. I think Jason has taken a nice lead. If I was Jason right now, I would be feeling really good, really comfortable.
Wow.
What do you think, Celia?
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. How can he must be very well trained in solving these type of problems. I mean, just to get my head around the problem itself, it took me time. So well done,
Definitely.
Jeremie. Jason, the first ranked here at the moment.
But you know, there's still 30 seconds left. Who knows what could happen? There's still, you can see that you know, this is really what separates you know, people like me who do this and our competitors. It's 17 seconds left. They're still running. They still have exhilaration. They're still trying to get those last few points.
There we go. Almost there. 5 seconds.
Almost there.
And we have Jason, the winner of this live session. We still have to see the results of the other 64 competitors.
And let's take a look at this here. Look at this. This is incredible. Jason, in the last few seconds, what looks like the last 10 seconds maybe, hold it out, got a perfect 100%. Congratulations, Jason. That is really something to be proud of. And of course, our other competitors really put in the time, put in the effort. Jeremie in second place, Steve in third place, Thanasis in fourth place.
And that's interesting. Steve did not complete anything at 100%, but still got ahead of Thanasis, who completed 2 levels at 100%. So it's all about strategy, I guess.
Definitely. And it's really, to me, it's like a game of stamina. You know, how do you not lose all your energy on one problem? How do you focus on a specific problem? You know, Jason had an incredible game today, but not every game is going to be incredible. Sometimes the problems are going to be harder. Sometimes they're going to be easier. How do you play to your strengths? Because I think that's really what a competitor does.
That's amazing. That's really impressive, this result from Jason. So can we get the competitors back? Sorry? The other players, yes, please. Can we see now the other players' results? There we go.
Wow, incredible. Diarmuid got a perfect score as well. Diarmuid also a very well-known financial modeler, a good friend. So good to see his name up there. And then we see Lancha and I'm just going to say R.A. Dominguez Hernandez in third place. All of them with perfect scores. If you're out there and you got a perfect score, congratulations to you. This was a hard problem.
So we have at least 4 people, it seems. We have 4 people who completed the challenge, including the bonus questions at 100%.
Definitely. And you can see, sorry, go ahead, Celia.
No, go ahead. I was thinking who would be the 10 first, the 10 winners of the prize. So we have 10 people there, 10 first, but only from the offline session. And then I guess we will have to compare those with the live session as well.
Yes.
So welcome. How was that? Congratulations to our winner of this live session, Jason. That was impressive. Did you solve a similar problem to this one before? Or you were just inspired today?
Yeah, I think I was lucky. I think we've seen a similar case before. I can't remember if I did it or not myself, but I've certainly watched I don't know, Diarmuid online do it or Bo online do it, someone. And I think the key to unlocking this case was using the mod function in my mind. And if you got that quickly, then it helped you along. So I sort of had that going in already, which helped me sort of get a good head start. And then I just had to sort of stumble along. But yeah, seems like it went well. I think it's I think it's the first time I've ever got a perfect score, to be honest. So it
It's
seems to
just
have been
amazing.
a lucky night for me. Yeah.
I wouldn't say lucky. How was for you, Jeremie? What was your bigger strategy or best strategy there? What do you think put you in the second place there?
Well, as Jason said, I think the mod function was the key to this, but I did stumble on some like details for level 2. I think I've missed some stuff like on the reroll of the reel. I think I've missed 1 or 2 miscases that I didn't catch. Like for level 5, I think I could have it, but like not enough time to complete.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's not only the difficulty, but it's also the multiplying that times 10, because it's 10, 10 what? 10.
Yeah, it's like 10
turns
turn,
of the
and
reels.
like
Yeah, 10 turns.
that's really a really big table, and as I think I didn't model this perfectly, so it could have been better handled on my side, but like it's still pretty decent. I'd consider this pretty decent.
Very good, very good. All of you. I mean, like I said, just the pressure there. And Steve, how was this for you?
I think I definitely burned wasted too much time on questions 1 and 2 there, but yeah, got through. I think some of 3 and 4, which I was kind of happy with to recover from that. But I think I was just rushing at that stage and didn't get a chance to go back and check where I was going wrong.
Yeah, it was interesting. We were commenting because Thanasis did complete at 100% level 1 and 2. And
Yes.
you did not complete the 3 levels at 100%, but still got ahead in terms of points.
I think I stuck in the logic somewhere, and that's because I didn't manage to proceed. But it happens.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a question. Yeah, I mean, I do have. So, like, my question is, Thanasis, Steve, maybe not Jason, but Jeremie, will you go back through this case later and say, oh, what did I do wrong? Try to recreate the conditions, or are you just like, I'm done with it. I'm sick of these. I'm sick of mod, and I'm sick of all these extra columns.
I think I'll be straight back into it, but I might have some sleep first, I think.
All right, fair enough. Respect. What about you, Thanasis? What are you thinking?
I'll review it and I'll try to solve it without the pressure of the live stream and the 30 minutes.
Awesome. And then, Jeremie, what are you going to do? Are you done with it, or you're still in it to win it?
I think I'll let it slide a couple of days and coming back later on the case. Maybe not tonight, but like in a few days probably.
Awesome. And then Jason, what are you going to look at it again, or you're over it?
No, I'll definitely have a look again. And the thing that I love about these cases is you get some of the guys that post their own solutions. I'm sure Dermot will have a video up soon. And I love comparing what I did to what they did, because they're often way more efficient than I am. I mean, Dermot did it in 25 minutes, and he probably didn't get to look at the video beforehand and read the case beforehand like we got. So, those guys are way ahead of us. And it's always great to just compare what you did. And that's, to me, is where you learn, is where you tackle something and then you compare to what someone else did and see what you could have done better.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I'm curious, did any one of you use the new dynamic array functions to solve this? It doesn't look like.
Yeah, I used XLOOKUP over a range, and I used the new wrap rows, which was a happy coincidence because I'm on my personal computer, not my work laptop, which is on the semi-annual channel and doesn't have wrap rows yet. But on my personal computer, I've got wrap rows, which was really helpful for the level 5, because I could just put everything in a nice compact table rather than have that sort of 5 by 10 column thing.
Yeah, I also used unique, and so when you have point, when you have I think it's level 4, where if you have a duplicate, if you have multiple symbols that are equal, so duplicate, you get more points. I mean, your calculation needs to take that into consideration. So I ended up using unique there. I wasn't able to go back to the old-fashioned functions and solve that without the help of dynamic array functions. It's curious. And I had also used something else, to row, I think it was that I used. Or by row it was. By row and lets. And so anyways, it's interesting because these new functions can give you help, but they are also, it requires a different way of thinking. And when you are in one kind of mindset, then it's not easy to go back to the other one. So it's either old Excel, classic Excel functions, or the newest ones. What do you have? What can we have now? Do we have the results? The top 10 for the all competitors, or not really? Do we have that list? I guess we are approaching the end.
And yeah, I guess so. And I just want to say thank you, by the way, to all our competitors, and thanks for everyone who's watching so far. We really appreciate it. It's been a fun one.
Yes, definitely. It was a great pleasure and lots of fun to participate and watch and have the ability to comment the best I could, and it's just so fun. Too bad that I wish I could have the ability to follow the four, but that's not possible. At the same time, I would say, follow the four heads and their reasonings in real time.
Definitely. And I think, I think here, to me, I always like to leave with a lesson, right? What is the lesson? Use your energy, focus on the problems that you can solve in life, in Excel. I think that they show this to us by competing for these things. So it's really been a very enjoyable time. This is my first one. I know, Celia, this was your first one as well. Definitely would love to be part of this again. I think it's just very cool because when we were, when I was growing up with Excel, we did not have a financial modeling competition. People just didn't have these types of things. And I think it's just really great that we can use technology to come together like this.
And enjoy, and don't take it too seriously. Okay.
Yes.
as long as you don't make no big mistakes with your spreadsheets, that can cause any kind of trouble. But other than that, Excel is really fun to work with, and solving problems, it's really a game. And I'm happy that we have these battles now, and that we can put Excel out there for people to get more aware of what we can do with this program. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely.